The call came on a Tuesday evening, right as I was finalizing plans for my 10th wedding anniversary weekend. 10 years of marriage to Elliot, and we'd finally saved enough for the perfect celebration at my family's lakehouse. Well, technically my lakehouse, since I'd been the one paying the mortgage for the past decade. I'm Bella, and I've always been the responsible one. The planner, the fixer, the one who stepped up when my parents were about to lose their cherished vacation property during the recession. Just until we get back on our feet, they'd said. That was 10 years ago. My phone buzzed with my sister Raylyn's familiar ringtone. I should have let it go to voicemail. "Hey, sis!" Her voice dripped with that sugary sweetness that always meant trouble. "So, about the lake house next weekend," my stomach dropped. "What about it?" "Well, you know I'm getting married in 2 months, and Vivian's planning this amazing bachelorette weekend. We really need somewhere special, and Mum suggested—" "Next weekend," I cut her off. "Ray, Elliot and I have had this planned for months. It's our anniversary." "Oh." A pause. "But you guys can celebrate anywhere, right? This is my bachelorette party. It's once in a lifetime." I gripped the phone tighter. "So is a 10th wedding anniversary. Don't be difficult, Bella. There'll be 12 of us, and the lake house is perfect. Mom already told everyone we could use it." Mom told everyone? Without asking me first? Well, it's the family house. That I pay for, I reminded her. Every month, for 10 years. Oh my God, are you seriously bringing up money right now? That's so tacky. My phone buzzed with an incoming call. Mom. Of course. I switched to three-way calling. "Bella, don't be ridiculous," Mom said without preamble. "Your sister needs the house. You can do your anniversary thing another time." "Karen," I heard Dad's voice in the background. "Put it on speaker." I sank into my kitchen chair, that familiar feeling of being ganged up on settling over me like a heavy blanket. "Honey," Dad's voice came through clearer now. "Be reasonable. It's your sister's bachelorette weekend. 12 girls have already bought their plane tickets. Without checking if the house was available?" My voice cracked. "I've been planning this for months. Elliot took time off work. We've hired a private chef." "So cancel it," Mom interrupted. "Raylyn's event is more important. She only gets one bachelorette party. And I only get one 10th anniversary." "Stop being dramatic," Raylyn sighed. "You're making this weird." Elliot walked in then, catching my expression. He mouthed, "What's wrong?" as he set down his briefcase. "I'm not giving up my anniversary weekend," I said firmly, though my hands were shaking. "I'm sorry, but no." "You wouldn't dare kick out your own family," Dad said, his tone dismissive. "This isn't actually your decision, Bella. The house belongs to all of us." "Except when the mortgage is due," I muttered. "What was that?" Mom's voice turned sharp. "Nothing." I closed my eyes, feeling that familiar surrender creeping in. "I need to go." "Perfect," Raylyn chirped. "I'll tell the girls it's confirmed. Vivian's already ordering decorations." "I didn't say—" "Thanks, sis. You're the best." She hung up before I could protest further. Elliot was at my side now, his hand on my shoulder. "What just happened?" I looked up at him, tears threatening. "They're taking the lake house next weekend, for Raylyn's bachelorette party." "Like hell they are," he said. But we both knew better. This was how it always went. Raylyn wanted, Mom and Dad enabled, and I gave in. The pattern was as old as our childhood. My phone buzzed again. A group text from Vivian to 11 girls I barely knew, plus Raylyn and Mom. "Ladies! Time to party at the Pierce family lake house. Pack your bikinis and your champagne." "Raylyn's last fling," Mom replied with heart emojis. Raylyn added, "Can't wait to make memories in our special family place. Love you all." I stared at the messages, something shifting inside me. our special family place, the one they'd nearly lost, the one I'd saved, the one I still paid for, month after month, while they treated me like an inconvenient tenant. Elliot squeezed my shoulder. We could still say no. But we both knew I wouldn't, because I was Bella, the responsible one, the fixer, the pushover. At least, that's who I was until that Tuesday evening, when something finally broke inside me. I just didn't know it yet. 3 days after the phone call, I sat at my parents' dining table, pushing food around my plate while Raylin detailed her bachelorette party plans. Elliot had refused to come, saying he couldn't watch them steamroll me again. I was starting to wish I'd stayed home too. "We're thinking of setting up a mimosa bar on the deck," Raylin gushed, "and Vivian found these amazing floating cabanas for the lake." "Just don't scratch the deck," I said quietly. "I just had it refinished last month." Mom rolled her eyes. "Oh, stop being such a helicopter landlord, Bella. It's not like you actually live there." "No, I just pay for it," I muttered into my wine glass. "Here we go again," Dad sighed, not looking up from his phone. "Always about the money with you." Rayelin's phone pinged. She squealed, "Vivian just sent the most amazing idea." She turned her phone around, showing a Pinterest board titled Lakehouse Transformation. The images showed elaborate decorations, including what looked like mounting hardware screwed directly into walls. "Absolutely not," I said firmly. "You can't put holes in the walls." "God, you're such a killjoy," Raylin pouted. "This is why we didn't make you a bridesmaid." The table went quiet. Mom's fork clattered against her plate. "What did you just say?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "Well, it's true," Raylin shrugged. "You're so uptight about everything. It would have ruined the vibe." "Raylin," Dad warned, finally looking up. "What?" Everyone was thinking it. She turned to Mom for support. "Right?" Mom dabbed her lips with a napkin. "Bella, honey, you have to admit you can be a bit controlling, especially about the lake house." "Controlling?" I laughed, but it came out hollow. "I've let you all use it whenever you want. For free. For 10 years. "See?" Raylin gestured at me with her fork. "This is exactly what I mean. You always have to remind us about the money thing. It's so tacky." My phone buzzed. A new group chat notification. "Raylin's Lake House bash Vivian. Ladies, time to finalize decorations. I'm thinking fairy lights everywhere, Mom. The house will look magical. Raylin. Can't wait to party in our family's special place." I wasn't even included in the chat. I only saw it because Mom had accidentally added me to a shared photo album of their plans. "I need some air," I said, pushing back from the table. "Don't forget to load the dishwasher before you go," Mom called after me. "You know where everything goes." I stepped onto the back porch, hands shaking as I pulled out my phone. Elliot answered on the first ring. "How bad is it?" "They didn't even make me a bridesmaid," I whispered. "Because I'm too controlling about the house I pay for." "Come home," he said firmly. "You don't have to sit there and take this." "I can't just—" "Yes, you can. For once in your life, Bella, you can put yourself first." Through the window, I could see Raylin showing Mom more Pinterest photos. They were laughing, heads together, probably planning more ways to modify my property without permission. "I'll be home soon," I said. Back inside, I grabbed my purse. "I'm leaving." "Already?" Mom looked surprised. "But you haven't helped clean up." "I'm sure Raylin can handle it, since she's so good at taking over things that belong to me." "Don't be dramatic," Dad said. "Dramatic would be reminding you that I've paid $247,000 in mortgage payments while you all treat me like a nuisance." I headed for the door. "But I won't do that, because it would be tacky." That night, I couldn't sleep. I got up and went to my home office, pulling out the lakehouse folder I kept in my filing cabinet. The deed was there, along with every mortgage statement, every insurance payment, every repair bill, all in my name, just mine. Elliot found me there at 3 a.m. surrounded by paperwork. "What are you doing?" he asked softly. "Did you know they never even put my name on the Christmas card they sent out from the lakehouse last year?" I held up the card. "From the Pierce family at Cedar Lake, like I don't exist." He sat beside me, looking at the papers spread across the desk. "What are you thinking?" I picked up the deed, running my finger over my name, the only name, on the document. "I'm thinking it's time they learned what family property really means." My hands weren't shaking anymore. The next morning, I called Beau, the realtor who'd helped me buy the lake house a decade ago. My hands trembled as I dialed, but my voice was steady. "I'd like to list the property," I said, "and I need it done quickly, discreetly." "Any particular reason for the rush?" he asked. "Family complications." I paused. "How fast can you show it?" "For that location? Today, if you're serious." I was looking at my phone as we talked. Raylin had just posted another Instagram story. "Planning the ultimate lakehouse bachelorette. Can't wait to make memories in our family's special place." Bride squad. "I'm serious," I said. "Show it today." While Beau arranged viewings, my parents called. I let it go to voicemail, then listened as Mum's voice filled my kitchen. "Bella, honey, we need the spare key to the lake house. Vivian wants to drop off some decorations early. Call me back." My phone buzzed with a text from Dad. "Your mother's waiting for your call. Don't be difficult." Elliot came up behind me, reading over my shoulder. "You don't have to do this," he said softly. "Actually, I do." I showed him Raylin's latest post, a throwback photo of our family at the lake house. The caption read, "Where all our best family memories happen. Can't wait to add more. Lake life. Family tradition." I wasn't in the photo. Beau called back 3 hours later. "I have a family interested in viewing. They can come this afternoon." I drove up to the lake house, my stomach in knots. The potential buyers were already there when I arrived. The Gardners, Lyle, his wife, and their 3 kids were exactly the kind of family I'd always imagined making memories here. "The dock is new," I told them as we walked through. "I had it replaced last summer." "It's perfect," Lyle said, watching his kids peer excitedly at the lake through the windows. "Exactly what we've been looking for." My phone buzzed. Another group chat notification. "Vivian, found the perfect banner for the deck. Welcome to the Pierce family paradise." Raylin, "OMG. Yes!" Mum, "Our special place will look amazing." I turned to Beau. "How quickly can we close?" "The Gardners are pre-approved. We could do it in days if everyone's motivated." "We are," Lyle said firmly. "Name your price." I named it. They accepted on the spot. That evening, I sat with Elliot on our back porch, staring at the signed purchase agreement in my hands. "They're going to hate you," he said quietly. "They already do," I replied. "They just hide it better." My phone rang. Raylin again. I answered this time. "Hey, sis!" Her voice was syrupy sweet. "So, Mom said you're being weird about the key." "I'm not being weird. I'm saying no." "Ugh, what is your problem? It's just decorations." "My problem is that you all treat me like I'm nothing. Like I don't matter. Like the past 10 years of payments mean nothing." "Oh my God, not the money thing again." "Yes, the money thing again." My voice rose. "Because it is my money, my house, my name on the deed. And I'm done being treated like the family ATM." "Whatever," she scoffed. "Dad says you wouldn't dare do anything to ruin my weekend. You're too much of a pushover." I looked down at the purchase agreement. "We'll see about that." After hanging up, I checked social media one last time. Raylene had posted yet another lakehouse photo. T-9 days until the best weekend ever. Sorry, not sorry to anyone who's jealous. Bride squad, ja lake life. My cousin Mia had commented, "Isn't this Bella's house?" Raylin's reply, "It's our family house. Everyone knows that." I closed the app and opened my email, finding the message from Beau with the closing details. The date was set for 2 days before Raylin's party. The Gardners wanted immediate occupancy. Elliot wrapped an arm around my shoulders. "Are you sure about this?" I thought about 10 years of mortgage payments, 10 years of being taken for granted, 10 years of family property that only seemed to belong to everyone else. "They want their family paradise," I said, signing the final paperwork. "They can find their own." My phone buzzed one last time. A text from Mom. "Don't forget to stock the fridge for Raylin's weekend. And please clean the deck furniture. You know how particular your sister is." I didn't reply. In 9 days, they'd understand exactly how particular I could be. The week before closing crawled by in a blur of group chat notifications and increasingly demanding messages from my family. Each ping made my stomach clench, but I couldn't look away. "Vivienne, everyone Venmo me for the decorations, $175 each." "Raylin, the lake house is going to look amazing." "Mom, make sure to get extra lights for the dock." I sat in my office, staring at the final closing documents. The Gardners had already wired the down payment. My phone rang. Mia. I almost didn't answer, but she'd always been different from the rest. "Hey," I said cautiously. "Bella, what's going on? You've been quiet in all the group chats. Have they even noticed?" A pause. "No," she admitted. "But I did, and something feels off. Did you know they didn't make me a bridesmaid because I'm too controlling about the lake house?" "What? That's insane! You're her sister." "Apparently, that matters less than having the perfect Instagram aesthetic." I laughed bitterly. "Did you see Raylin's latest post? The one about our cherished family legacy?" "Yeah, that was a lot." My computer dinged with a new email. Final closing instructions from Beau. 2 days until it was done. "Mia," I said slowly, "would you hate me if I did something drastic?" "Depends. Are we talking changing the Wi-Fi password drastic or burning the house down drastic?" "Somewhere in between." She was quiet for a moment. "Whatever it is, they probably deserve it." After we hung up, I checked the group chat again. Vivienne. Found a guy to install a stripper pole on the deck. Raylin. Perfect. Bella won't mind, right? Mom. Of course not. She's being much more reasonable now that she's had time to think. Elliot found me in the kitchen later, gripping the counter so hard my knuckles were white. "A stripper pole," I said when he walked in. "They want to drill a stripper pole into my deck." "The deck you just spent $12,000 refinishing." "Not my deck for much longer." I showed him the closing documents. "It's done. We sign tomorrow." "Have you told anyone?" "Just Mia. Sort of." I checked my phone again. 3 missed calls from Mom, 2 from Dad, and a text from Raylin. "The decorators need to get in tomorrow. Stop ignoring Mom's calls." I typed out a response, deleted it, typed again. Finally settled on, "Can't tomorrow. Busy." The response was immediate. "OMG, you're being so difficult. It's my bachelorette party." Mom jumped in. "Bella, this is ridiculous. Your sister needs access to the house. Don't make me call your father." I turned off my phone. The next morning, Elliot came with me to the closing. The Gardners were there, excited and grateful. Lyle's kids had made a thank you card with a drawing of the lake house. "We can't wait to make memories there," Lyle's wife said warmly. I thought about all the memories I'd hoped to make there. The anniversaries, the family gatherings where I'd actually feel valued. The children Elliot and I might have had one day. My hand shook as I signed the papers. When I turned my phone back on, there were 47 messages in the group chat. Vivienne. Decorators are here but no key. WTF. Raylin. My sister's being a total bridezilla about her anniversary. Mom. Don't worry, girls. We have a spare key somewhere. Dad. Bella, call us immediately. Raylin. Whatever. We'll just break in if we have to. Nothing's ruining my weekend. Mom. Found the key. Crisis averted. Vivienne. Thank God. Decorating starts tomorrow. Raylin. Best family ever. Except for some people. Elliot read over my shoulder. They have no idea, do they? Not a clue. I showed him the latest Instagram post. Raylin posing with a future Mrs. Sash, captioned, T-3 days until the best weekend ever at our gorgeous family lakehouse. Sorry to anyone who tried to stop it from happening. Unstoppable bride. Family first. Mia texted privately. Just saw the decorators arriving. You okay? I replied, ask me again in 3 days. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the key they'd found, the decorators they'd hired, the plans they'd made. In 72 hours, they'd arrive at a house that belonged to someone else. My phone lit up one last time, Mom in the group chat. Everything's ready for the perfect family weekend. So glad we sorted out that silly drama with Bella. I turned off my phone, curled into Elliot's side, and finally slept soundly for the first time in weeks. The next time my family wanted to claim something as theirs, maybe they'd remember to check the deed first. The morning of Raylin's bachelorette weekend, I sat at my kitchen table with a cup of coffee and my phone, watching it all unfold through social media and frantic text messages. 8:47 a.m. Vivienne. On our way. Cars packed and ready for the best weekend ever. Raylin. Can't wait to see all the decorations. Mum. Everything's perfect, sweetie. The house looks magical. 9:15 a.m. Raylin. Photo of 5 cars caravanning up the highway, lakehouse bound. Vivienne. Squad goals. Mum. Drive safe, girls. At 10:23 a.m., my phone exploded. First came the group chat. Vivienne. There's someone in the house? Raylin. What? Mom. That's impossible. We were just there yesterday. Vivienne. There's literally a family inside. Kids and everything. Raylin. This isn't funny. Then the private messages started pouring in. Mom. Bella. What did you do? Dad. Call me. Now. Raylin. Why are there strangers in our house? I watched as Raylin went live on Instagram, her mascara already running. Oh my God, you guys, you won't believe what my sister did. There are literally strangers in our family lake house. This is literally the worst thing anyone has ever done to a bride. My phone rang. Mom. I let it go to voicemail. Isabella Marie, you answer your phone this instant. There are people claiming they bought the house. Tell me this is some sick joke. The group chat continued to explode. Vivienne. The man says he has papers. They closed 2 days ago. Raylin. This can't be happening. Mom, it's not legal. We're family. She can't sell it without our permission. Vivienne. Should we call the police? Raylin. I'm literally having a panic attack. Mom. Your father is calling our lawyer. Elliot sat down beside me, placing a steadying hand on my shoulder. You okay? I nodded, showing him Raylin's latest Instagram story. A tearful selfie captioned, When your own sister ruins the biggest weekend of your life. The comments were already rolling in. OMG, what happened? This is so cruel. Family drama alert. My cousin Mia texted, Holy shit, you actually did it. Are you okay? Before I could respond, Dad called. This time I answered. How dare you? He started. How dare I what? Sell my own property? This is family property and you know it. Really? Because I have 10 years of mortgage statements that say otherwise. We trusted you. His voice shook with rage. No, you used me. There's a difference. Mum's voice cut in. They were on speaker. The decorators already set everything up. We spent thousands. Should have asked permission first, I said calmly. Permission? Raylan's voice joined in. It's our family house. Was, I corrected. It was your family house. Until you all decided my anniversary didn't matter. Until you excluded me from my own sister's bridal party for being too controlling about my own property. Until you planned to destroy my newly refinished deck with a stripper pole. You're dead to us, Mom hissed. Funny, I thought I already was. Isn't that why I'm never in any of the family photos you post? Raylan's sobs echoed through the phone. My weekend is ruined. Everyone flew in for this. Should have booked a hotel, I said, and hung up. The aftermath played out on social media. Raylan posted a long rant. When someone you trust betrays you in the worst way possible, family isn't always blood. So grateful for my real sisters who are helping me salvage this weekend. Toxic family. Betrayed. Vivian shared their backup plan. Emergency venue change. Who needs a lake house when you have each other? Ride Audi. Mum's status update was shorter. Some people show their true colours in the worst ways. Heartbroken for my baby girl. My phone kept buzzing with messages from extended family and mutual friends. How could you do this to your sister? This is so heartless. I always knew you were jealous of Raylan. Finally, a text from Mia. Just saw Aunt Karen's Facebook post about betrayal. You know what's really betrayal? Treating someone like an ATM for 10 years and then acting shocked when they stop paying. I smiled, then turned off my phone. Elliot pulled me close. You know there's no going back from this, he said softly. I know. I looked at the lakehouse keys I'd turned over to Lyle yesterday. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Somewhere up at the lake, the gardeners were probably settling in, making the place their own, creating real family memories, not just Instagram stories. And for the first time in 10 years, it wasn't my problem anymore. By Sunday evening, my phone had become a battlefield. I finally turned it back on to find over 200 messages, each one worse than the last. Mum, I hope you're happy. Your sister cried all weekend. Dad, the lawyer says what you did was legal but morally reprehensible. Raylan, Kian's family is disgusted. They're reconsidering everything. Mom, your sister's engagement might be over because of you. I sat on my couch, reading through them all while Elliot made dinner. The smell of garlic and pasta filled our kitchen, so normal against the chaos unfolding on my screen. A new message popped up from Kian, Raylan's fiancé. I defended you for years, said you couldn't be as bad as they claimed. Guess I was wrong. Then came the social media onslaught. Raylan had posted a professional photo of herself in tears, perfectly lit, with a novel-length caption. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine my own sister would destroy my bachelorette weekend, to sell our precious family home out from under us without a word. The trauma this has caused is beyond words. Thankfully, my real family, my amazing bridesmaids, saved the weekend. But some relationships can never be repaired. Cheer a toxic family. Betrayed, cheer family trauma. The comments section was brutal. What kind of sister does this? She's just jealous she's not getting married. I heard she's always been the problem child. Vivian had posted her own take. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Some people can't stand seeing others happy. But we still made it a magical weekend for our girl. Ride Audi ton by Felicia. My phone rang. Mia again. Your mum's calling everyone in the family, she said without preamble. She's trying to get people to freeze you out. How's that going? Aunt Susan's on your side, believe it or not. Said it was about time someone stood up to them. I laughed, but it came out more like a sob. Have you seen Raylan's latest post? Mia asked. The crying photo shoot? Yeah. No, the new one. About Kian. I checked Instagram again. There it was. Another professional-looking photo, this time of Raylan and Kian in what appeared to be a serious discussion. When family drama threatens to destroy not just a weekend, but a future, fighting for love in the face of betrayal. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time. Pray for us. She's really milking this, I muttered. Oh, it gets better, Mia said. Kian's mom is involved now. Check your messages. Sure enough, there was a lengthy text from Mrs. Oliver. I raised my son to value family above all else. Your actions have made him question everything about joining yours. I hope you're satisfied with destroying not just a weekend, but possibly a marriage before it begins. Elliot read over my shoulder and snorted. Bit dramatic, isn't she? Like mother, like future daughter-in-law. My phone buzzed again. A message from Dad. Your mother's in tears. She had to take a Xanax. We raised you better than this. I typed back. Did you? Because I remember being raised to give everything to Raylan while getting nothing in return. That's not true, and you know it. Really? Name one time you took my side over hers. One time you put my needs first. The typing bubbles appeared and disappeared several times. Finally, you're being childish. No, I'm being honest. For the first time in my life. A new group text formed, extended family members weighing in. So disappointed in you, Bella. Your poor sister. How could you be so heartless? But then, surprisingly, actually, I get it. Aunt Susan. About time someone stood up to the golden child. Uncle Rob. Remember when they made Bella skip her college graduation for Raylan's dance recital? Cousin Jake Mom quickly removed them all from the chat. Elliot set a plate of pasta in front of me. Eat something. Then we're turning off your phone. I can't just... Yes, you can. They've had 10 years of your attention. They can survive one night without it. As if on cue, Raylan posted again. When your own blood turns against you. But at least I have my chosen family to lean on. The healing, set boundaries, self-care. I pushed my phone away and picked up my fork. You know what's funny? They keep talking about family and betrayal, but not one of them has acknowledged that I paid for that house. Not one. Because that would mean admitting they were wrong, Elliot said softly. My phone lit up one last time, a message from Mia. Just so you know, some of us are proud of you. It's about time someone in this family grew a backbone. I turned off my phone and took a bite of pasta. Tomorrow would bring more drama, more accusations, more perfectly filtered photos of Raylan's trauma. But tonight I could just be Bella, eating dinner with my husband, in our own home that no one could take from us. 3 days after the lakehouse chaos, Raylan ambushed me at my office. I was walking back from lunch when I saw her leaning against my car, still wearing her future Mrs. necklace, mascara perfectly tear-stained. Really? I said, stopping a few feet away. You're going for the dramatic parking lot confrontation? You ruined everything. Her voice cracked perfectly, like she'd been practicing. Kian's family wants us to postpone the wedding. That sounds like a you problem. A me problem? She stepped forward. You sold our family home. No, I sold my house. The one I paid for. The one you all treated like a free hotel. It wasn't just yours. She was crying now, but I noticed her phone was propped up on my car's hood, recording. Of course. Want to see the deed? I pulled it from my bag. I'd been carrying a copy, knowing this confrontation would come. One name, mine. Want to see the mortgage statements? The insurance payments? The maintenance bills? All mine. Money! she spat. That's all you care about. No, what I care about is respect. Something none of you ever showed me. We're family. Family, I laughed. Family doesn't exclude their sister from the bridal party for being too controlling about her own property. Family doesn't steal someone's anniversary weekend. Family doesn't treat someone like an ATM for 10 years and then act shocked when they close the account. You're just jealous, she said, right on cue. You always have been, because Mom and Dad love me more. I felt something snap inside me. You want to know what I'm jealous of, Raylin? I'm jealous of families who support each other equally. I'm jealous of sisters who lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. I'm jealous of daughters who don't have to buy their parents' love with monthly mortgage payments. She stepped back, startled by my outburst. Remember when I got engaged? I continued, my voice rising. Mum said I should postpone my wedding because you had a school play that weekend. Remember my college graduation? I missed it for your dance recital. Remember every Christmas at the lakehouse? From the Pierce family. But I wasn't in any of the photos. That's not... Remember last month when you posted about family legacy and tagged everyone except me? Remember last week when you planned to drill holes in my deck without asking? Remember every single time you took and took and took, and I just kept giving because that's what family does? Her phone dinged, probably Mom checking in on the confrontation. Well, guess what? I said, my voice steady now. I'm done giving. The lake house was the last thing you'll ever take from me. Kian says he doesn't even know who I'm marrying into anymore. She whispered. Maybe he's finally seeing clearly. I know I am. She grabbed her phone, probably to capture more dramatic footage. Mom and Dad are right. You're dead to us. Funny thing about the dead, I said. They don't pay mortgages. She stormed off, already typing on her phone. Within minutes, a new Instagram post appeared. Sometimes the hardest battles are fought with those closest to us, but toxicity has no place in my journey. Choosing peace. Setting boundaries. I was about to get in my car when I saw Dad walking across the parking lot. Great. That was quite a performance, he said, reaching me. Did Mum send you to clean up Raylin's mess? Again? I came to give you this. He handed me an envelope. Inside was a formal letter, typed and notarized. Until you demonstrate appropriate respect for this family and make amends for your actions, you are no longer welcome at family functions. We hereby revoke your status as daughter and sister. Seriously? I waved the paper. You're officially disowning me. Over a house you never paid for? Over betraying your sister, he corrected. Like you betrayed me. Every single time you chose her. He flinched. That's not... Save it. I handed the letter back. You can't revoke what you never gave. As he walked away, my phone buzzed with an accidental text from Mom, clearly meant for Raylin. She was the glue we never valued until it was too late. I got in my car, hands shaking but head high. Through my windshield, I could see Raylin and Dad huddled together, probably planning their next social media update about family trauma and healing. Let them post. Let them play victims. Let them rewrite history in perfectly filtered squares. I had something better. The truth. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid to own it. The morning of what would have been our anniversary weekend at the lake house, Elliot surprised me with 2 coffee cups and plane tickets. Pack your bags, he said. We're going to Maine. Maine? I found a little coastal cottage. No family drama, no social media, just us. As we packed, my phone buzzed with Raylin's latest update. Small, intimate wedding planned for closest family only. Sometimes losing people shows you who really matters. Blessed, not stressed. The comments were predictably supportive. You're so strong. Family isn't always blood. Better off without toxic people. Elliot took my phone gently. Ready to disconnect? I nodded, but checked one last message. From Lyle. Thought you might want to see this. Attached was a photo of his kids jumping off the new dock, their faces pure joy. Behind them, the lake house looked different, warmer, lived in, loved. They're making it their own, I said, showing Elliot. That's what homes are for. The cottage in Maine was everything the lake house wasn't. Small, simple, peaceful. No perfectly staged photos, no family politics, no pretense. Just waves crashing against rocks and seagulls wheeling overhead. This is better, I said that evening, watching the sunset from our private deck. Then what? Then trying to buy my way into a family that never wanted me. My phone lit up. Mia sending a group chat screenshot. Mum. The wedding will be intimate, close family only. Aunt Susan. Is Bella invited? Mum. We're focusing on positive energy only. Uncle Rob. So that's a no? Even though she paid for all your vacations for a decade? Mom has removed Uncle Rob from the chat. Mom has removed Aunt Susan from the chat. Mia's message followed. The truth hurts them more than your revenge ever could. Elliot brought out 2 glasses of wine. Want to do something crazy? Crazier than selling a house out from under my sister's bachelorette party. He grinned. Let's renew our vows. Right here. Just us. Now? Why not? We don't need a perfect backdrop or social media approval. Just us, making promises we actually intend to keep. I stood, taking his hand. The sea crashed below us, constant and true, unlike the shifting sands of family loyalty I'd tried so hard to navigate. I promise, Elliot started, to always be your real family, to choose you first, to never make you earn my love through mortgage payments. I laughed through sudden tears. I promised to stop trying to buy belonging, to trust that real love doesn't come with conditions, to remember that family is about actions, not blood. My phone buzzed again, Raylene posting her final statement on the family situation. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is letting go. While some choose hatred and revenge, I choose grace and healing. As I plan my intimate wedding, I'm grateful for the lessons learned about who really matters. Chosen family. No toxicity allowed. I turned off my phone and kissed my husband as the sun set behind us. Later that night, I posted my own photo. No filters, no staged tears, just the real me on our cottage deck, smiling genuinely for the first time in weeks. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is refusing to be someone else's ATM. No lake house, no family drama, no perfectly curated memories, just real love with no strings attached. No mortgage required. Mia commented first. Now that's what real family looks like. Then Aunt Susan. Proud of you for breaking the cycle. Uncle Rob. Better views anyway. One by one, the quiet supporters emerged, drowning out the carefully crafted narrative my parents and Raylene had tried to control. Elliot wrapped his arms around me. Ready to make some real memories? I looked at the cottage, small but honest. At the ocean, wild and free. At my husband, who never asked me to prove my worth through bank statements. You know what? I said. I think I finally am. My phone lit up one last time. A message from Lyle. The kids named their new treehouse Bella's Lookout. Thought you'd want to know your legacy lives on, just differently than planned. I smiled and turned off my phone. Let Raylene have her intimate wedding. Let Mom and Dad play victims. Let the family photographers capture their perfectly staged moments. I had something better. Freedom. Truth. Real love. And unlike the lake house, these things actually belong to me. Elliot raised his wine glass. To making new memories. To real family, I answered. The waves crashed below, constant and true, like promises actually worth keeping.